Good morning, how you doing? My name is Jacinto, aka Haas, and this is my second video. I'll be doing a transmission swap on a 2002 Volvo s80, and I don't have a shop, and I want to show some people I did some research and some people don't have shop equipment and stuff like that to when it comes down to replacing this type of transmissions. And I will show you how with the average tool the average person can do certain things. And basically you're going to need metric sockets and a T50 I believe Torx bit for some of the bolts. And I will explain some other stuff as I go through. And also I made a little tool, a little piece of wood, 2x4 I will say, that goes across the hood to hold the transmission up in the air. And also I will do certain things that just the home mechanic can probably do and try to achieve it. Anyways, excuse me with some of the mistakes that I make with camera and explaining certain things. I don't have much of experience in front of a camera, and especially when I'm holding the camera and I'm explaining things. But anyways, this is just so that anybody can try to do this. And some of the stuff that I will put, if I forget the torque specs, I apologize. And basically it's a transmission, so you don't need a lot of any shop that I've been to, all they do is just with the impact gone, they torque the transmissions. In some cases, some people do it by hand. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here's the Volvo, and here's a piece of wood I was telling you about. I made it out of two 2x4s and cut them to the same length, and I made this little piece of wood so it can hold it, keep it from tilting when I'm working on. I don't want to get, I don't want to get killed. And also safety first, I have jack stand right here, right underneath the front driver, and also on the other side. And up here I put another jack stand in there because I normally put it here somewhere on the subframe, but I'll be dropping the subframe, so there will be no place to put a sturdy place to put a jack stand. So as you can see, I have my jack underneath. I started shaking the car, see if it moves. It didn't move, so it's good to go. And also I will not trust completely the piece of wood. It can break, but I will show you how I've done it before. And I already disconnected. I took out the CV axle. I disconnected the sway bar and the tie rod end. All you need is a number 18. And I didn't disconnect this area right here because I didn't want to go through all that trouble. But you can take out the caliper if you want, rotors, and take out the spindle, number 18 and 21. And basically you can put a impact gun or ratchet or whatever, and a wrench on this side to hold it, either 21 or 13/16. But I didn't go through that. All I did is number 21 socket, and I took this nut that was here, it's right here, okay, for the ball joint, and I separated. I plan on dropping it with the whole lower control arm. Also, let me show you the other side. The other side is the same. On the CV axis, a little bit longer, and it has a bracket in the middle that holds it, that keeps it from moving around. It's number 13 millimeter or 14, I forgot, but I'll get to that later. Okay, I disconnected, I don't know if you can see it, the starter motor, which is this one. It's loose. First of all, I disconnected the battery, negative side, of course, and I took the bolts that go right here. Those are the ones that hold the torque converter to the flex plate, aka flywheel. Okay, so now I gotta take out this bolt right here, the one underneath the motor mount bracket, and also the one all the way around. What you gotta do is look for the bolts that are connected to the transmission and the engine, which are this one right here. You can see my finger. This one and this one. Should be another one on the other end. Also, let me see, show you. Here's the passenger side. I will show you another bracket you gotta take out. There's the one, the shiny one that you can see right, and it's got a black bolt. Cannot touch it because holding the camera. That bracket has to come out. It's holding this piece, the one in front of the camera, which is part of the transmission. But it's got one bolt right there. One on the other side, hard to see it, and two up against the block. So you gotta just remove those. 13 millimeter. And so that will disconnect the transmission from the engine. And before that, we have to remove with the light this big bolt and those 2 or 3 little ones behind it. There's also one in the front of the car. This one right here, and the 2 bolts that are right here and right here to loosen up the engine a little bit. Basically, what I plan on doing is drop in the engine and transmission a little bit so that I can have clearance for the transmission to separate from the engine. I will show you why. Here we go. So you can see transmission is, there's so much room for the transmission to move. It's a little bitty gap, so it will be hard to separate the transmission and hold the engine. I might tilt it a little bit. I'm gonna attempt to move it first from here. It might be enough room. I'm not sure how it is at the bottom. This is my first time working on this Volvo, so that's why I'm explaining things. And like I said, this is for anybody that has a little bit of mechanical skills, oil change or anything like that. You can probably do this by yourself or with somebody, but I mean without the help of a shop. Okay. And what else? Well, I put a seat belt, old seat belt on this throttle body, the intake. Excuse me, I'm tripping. And also in there on the exhaust manifold, I put another strap so that I can ratchet it tight and hold it in the air. Okay. And here's the other end of that thing. I had to put screws through it so it doesn't move. Okay. Let's get rolling. Okay, before removing any transmission, you gotta drain the fluid first. Transmission fluid. In some cases, it has a bolt. For Nissan, Toyota, some transmissions have a bolt. You can just take that out and it will drain the fluid. And in this case, it has the pan, so you have to kind of little by little take some of those in whichever area that is tilted to the lower end. That's what you gotta start loosen up the bolts and then drop the pen slowly so that it can drain either from this end or this end, whichever is lower in your case, and it will eventually drain all the fluid. And then once that's it, then you put the bolts back on, wipe it clean. And some cases you have to remove, like in my case. Hold on, okay, here we go. Sorry, the light. In this transmission, it has two lines for the radiator. It's for the oil to go to the radiator to cool off. And took it out, took those with the 17mm range. Took those out, and also on the top it has two little nuts, like this one. What is it, like this one? That holds the little line, oil transmission line, so it doesn't move around and doesn't break. Okay, it's attached to the transmission. And I will say, you can probably see one right here. Let me show you. I don't want to waste too much time on this. It will be right about here. It's the lower one. There's one on top too, like 2 inches above this. Okay, anyways, now we gotta loosen up these bolts maybe to try to free the engine from the subframe. I disconnected some of them already. As you can see, those hoses right there. It's hard to see because the light is coming through the sun is coming, it's hitting it. But anyways, it should be a little all greasy, excuse the mess. And I disconnected those. I separated those from the subframe, and I took the nut off of the nut off that was here that goes to this rack and pinion, and the rack and pinion line. I disconnected that already, and I've been doing all these little things around it. It's kind of messy, man. It takes forever when it's messy. Okay, and now I gotta do is take out this bolt right there. You can probably see it right there, the big one, the black one, and all the way around on the transmission. You're gonna see me play with this thing and battle it till I take it out. Gotta get it done. Okay, okay, that's it.